Hey, how are you guys doing?
All right, we have Rakim Jarrett. If you have a question, please raise your hand and we'll get you the mic.
Rakim, Dave Preston, WTOP Radio. Michigan, even though it's a small sample size, their defense leads the league in stopping the pass, yardage-wise, and in passing efficiency. What have you seen on tape? What makes them so sharp on that side of the ball? What's going to be the biggest challenge for you guys this Saturday?
They play together as a team. They play fast. It's no wonder why they're number 3 in the country as a team. You have to have good players over there, starting with that. They just play fast. They bring a challenge with their speed, but I think I like our guys and what we do and what we have to do.
Hey, Kim, obviously the running game has been really special so far for Maryland. How has that kind of helped you guys as receivers and in the passing game, open it up for the air game?
So during film, most of the weeks we see like teams running man a lot and emptying the box. But when it's time to us to play teams, it's kind of more zone and they're dropping a lot more people to cover us. So that opens up the run game, in my opinion. So I think that's what the recent success has been.
Hey, Rakim. Loxley said he showed you guys film of all the penalties and then also some of the things that were written about the topic. I mean, what is the feeling in the room when you see that, when he's showing you that?
I mean, we know it's not who we are as a team. We know we don't go out there and say we're going to have 15 penalties going into a game. So I think it's just a matter of each player locking in and doing their job and not making any mistakes before the play even starts, including myself. And it's just a matter of your mindset and how locked in you are into every play.
Rock, Loxer mentioned how he wants you guys to treat every opponent the same.
Right.
But what will it mean for this program to be competitive or even pull off a win against those top teams in the Big Ten Conference?
What will it mean?
Yeah, what would it mean for the program?
I mean, it mean a lot. Like we beat Penn State 2 years ago, and it doesn't really mean anything now because you have to do it year in and year out. So I mean, it would mean a lot, but it's just another game. Not to downplay Michigan, but it's another game. It's a conference game.
Kind of on a sort of related note, but what's the balance between getting excited, because you got to get excited to play a top 5 team, but knowing that you do want to keep that preparation the same? What's the balance of kind of getting up for it, but also staying level?
Speaking personally, I don't want to sound like something I'm not, but since I've been recruited by all these teams, it's like they don't really excite me as much as it would excite like somebody that didn't have the chance to go to Michigan. So it's like they're just another team. They recruited players just like me, and I'm a player like they recruited. So it's just another game. It's not really much getting up for. Of course, they're a big team, but I think we're just as good.
Have you noticed that with your team? Like, I mean, just that they have been able to, when you have had big games in the past, that they've stayed consistent. Like, what kind of vibe do you sense in those practices during the week?
Coach Locks, he does a great job in making sure we prepare the same each week. So it's no one's getting more prepared for this game than we would for Buffalo. So I think it's been the same.
Rakim, I got a question about your New Jersey number. Obviously, number 1,
Right.
very historic with Stephon Diggs, DJ Moore. What expectations do you have for yourself going into conference play to get your name up there with those Maryland grades?
Just improve in every statistical category than last year. That's probably the biggest thing for me. Of course, win, helping the team wise, but just improvement for myself and doing what I need to do in terms of helping the team win.
Hey, Rakim. So you guys it was only 3 games into the season. Obviously you mentioned nobody wants to go and get 15 penalties, but your team has faced adversity. You come out on the other side with the W. How important are those first 3 games for you guys as you head into conference play?
I mean, it shows a lot of growth. I don't think when I got here we would win that SMU game like we won. So, I mean, it shows a lot of growth in the team and just the talent we have. I think if we don't have those penalties, we win by a lot more, and it's not a good game. So, I just think it's the growth in the team and the mindset that we play with.
And how have you guys grown together as a team in the locker room, your chemistry? Coach Loxley said that he really likes the way you guys are together.
Just guys being together for like a full 2-3 years, that helps a lot. Off seasons, we're all in the same place. So I think that's the biggest thing. Just being together for the past 3 years, I would say. The core people on the team.
Rakim, hi. You mentioned that defenses against you guys are going mostly zone. I'm wondering, was that what you saw when you looked at the game film on Saturday's game? And also, I noticed Loxley took you and Dante aside after the first drive in the second half, and seemed like he was challenging you. Was that the case? What is it you and Dante in particular feel like defenses are doing against you to kind of limit your production?
Yeah, we see a lot of man on film, more so on third down. Teams run a lot of man, but against us, I don't think I seen over more than 3 or 4 snaps of man. They were playing a lot of cover 6, dropping the nickel to the deep half. So I don't. It's a lot of weird coverages team play against us, but we're learning on the fly and seeing what works as the game goes on. That's probably why it looks how it looks. But I think we have the right guy at quarterback, and he knows how to manage it. And Coach Locks, he actually brought me and Dante aside because he told us to stop talking to SMU. He wasn't really telling us to like do anything football-wise. We were just chirping a little bit too much. So he said if we keep talking, then he was going to take us out. So I did stop. You don't want to mess with Coach.
Rakim, you were just talking about you and Dante, along with Jacob Copeland. Dante Trader was just in here and said you are a top 3 receiving core in the country. What is it like playing with them every day, and how do you feel you've gotten better being here at Maryland with such great talent?
Because we all have so different skill sets, just watching what they do and trying to implement into my game and like things that I do, Dante's more of a down the field guy. Jacob is the strong, over the middle, can do it all. And I'm more so the quick underneath guy. So I think all of us, we all have different skill sets which we can take from each other and just implement in our own game. And of course, Jay Sean, where he has the hips and the moves, of course.
Yeah, the touchdown last week seemed like a perfect play, a perfect pass, a perfect pattern, everything. Can you describe it as, and it really was something?
Yeah, that's a play we run a lot, but we noticed that they were playing the outs. I ran a lot of outs, I guess, in Buffalo, and he was like, yeah, number 1 is running the out, and so the nickel would drop to that half, and the corner would trap. So I went across the field, and they didn't really have anyone accounted for me. We had a post on the backside, which the post safety took, so I was just running clear across the middle of the field, and I was unaccounted for, and I just had to turn a corner, get to the end zone.
How perfect was that pass from Tua?
It was great. Great job by the O-line and the running back protecting on the play, Roman Hembry especially.
Last one, Ryan.
Rock, I was wondering, we've seen you make tackles as a gunner on punts, on blocking, but how much do you value being a contributor outside of your pass catching ability?
A lot. We see scouts at practice all the time, and Coach Gunner, he said the first thing they asked him is if I play special teams. So bringing that value to myself, me trying to make this my last year, it means a lot. Just showing scouts and coaches at the next level that I can do it all. That means a lot. I mean, for my draft value and my draft stock.
Thanks, Ryan.
I appreciate you guys.